Hello and welcome everybody. Today I am going to create custom hook which will show a spinner while making a network request, and when the request is served either will show up the result or the error screen. We have 3 tiles here. Each tile makes a network request and gets the data from the server and displays the result. When we hit refresh, it will make 3 network requests, and for each network request we will display a loader and then the final result. And for the error cases, we will also display an error component when the network request fails. Welcome to the Screens channel, where I post mostly design and development related videos. If you like the video, please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's start by creating a new React app using npx create react app and the name of the app. Now I will fire up VS Code inside the folder and fire up the dev server by running npm start. We will open localhost 3000 in a browser and check everything is fine. I will remove bunch of stuff which is not needed. Now we have 2 JS files, which is app.js and index.js. We will also edit these files and remove any dependencies in them. We will replace this whole bunch of code with a paragraph tag and a text called hello. Now we have a clean React app with 2 files, app.js and index.js. So first we'll make the API call in app.js itself, and later on we'll refactor it to use custom hooks. We'll use 3 states here: error, is loaded and user. We will use the hook use effect to make an API call to a server. I will fetch the user from a dummy API which is provided by reqres.in. I'll be using get single user API, which gives me a single user. So we'll fetch /users/id, and then we'll get the response and then pass the response to a JSON, and then use that JSON response as a result. When we get the result, we'll set is loaded to false. And we'll also handle the error cases, and we'll use the set error in the case of error. And we'll pass an empty array as a dependency so that it loads for the first time only. So if we refresh, we can see that a network request has been made and we get the response back with the user. So let's go ahead and create the UI for this. So to display a user, we'll create a user component. I'll be using style component to style the components. So let's go ahead and quickly install that. Let's start creating our user component. For now, I'll only display the user's email to check everything is working fine. Let's go ahead and import the user component in app.js. Let's add it to the div and pass the user prop to it. Forgot to export the user component, so let's go ahead and export user component. We see the email of the user displayed here, so everything is working fine. We'll go ahead and add bunch of style to user component, and we'll also add the fields avatar, email and the name. So we have our user component set up with the avatar, the name and the email. Now we'll create the loader component. I will again copy paste a bunch of styles and add a container, and inside that container I'll add a loader, and I'll use the emoji for hourglass as a loader indicator. So let's go ahead and create the error component as well. So So inside the loader component, we'll change the loader to loader component and we'll rename loader icon to loader. So we'll again copy paste bunch of styles for the error component and then have a warning icon and an error message with a status code in the error component. So my bad here, I have written default export, it will be export default. So let's go ahead and fix that quickly. Now let's go to the most interesting part, which is creating custom hook, and we'll name our custom hook as use fetch data. Let's import use state and use effect here. So use effect will take a parameter called action, which is basically a API call. We'll copy the use state hooks from app.js and paste it here. Also, we'll rename user to data. So we'll change user to data and set user to set data. And instead of empty object, we'll change this to null. So we'll use effect hook to load the data from the API. Load data will be an async function and we'll call the load data and we'll pass action as a dependency here. So whenever the action changes, this effect will be called. And finally, we'll return the data is loaded and error as an array and we'll export use fetch data. So let's go ahead and implement load data. So you can assume this action has an API call and it returns a response, and then we'll call set data with that response and set is loaded to true. And if there is any error, we need to catch it. So we'll add the try catch block, and when we catch any error, we set is loaded to true and set error and pass the error to it. So that is pretty much it for the use fetch data hook. Now let's create fetch data component. So fetch data component will take action as a prop, and then based on that action, it will use the custom hook, which is use fetch data, and get the data from the API. And based on the result, we'll either render the children component and pass on the data to it, or render the error component, or when it is loading, we'll render our loader. So let's go ahead and create our api.js file. So we'll use this api.js file to define all our APIs. Go ahead and create fetch user function, which will take ID as a parameter, and then it will return an async function. We'll await fetch and provide the endpoint and provide the ID as well. And then we'll check if the response is not okay. We'll handle that later. For now, let's go ahead and pass this response to a JSON data and then return the JSON data. So in order to handle the error, we'll create our own custom HTTP error class. So we'll go ahead and create our HTTP error class, which will extend the error class, and we'll create the constructor and we'll provide an object with message and status code. In the constructor, we'll assign this.name to name of the class, which is HTTP error, by doing this constructor.name, and then we'll assign the status code as status code from the constructor. We will override the toJSON method of this class and return an error object with name, message and status code. Now we will use this class to handle the error. So whenever the response is not okay, we'll throw a new HTTP error. So we need to import HTTP error from HTTP error. We'll provide the message as the status text and the status code as response.status. Forgot to export HTTP error, so we'll do that. And we'll also fix the typo here for status code. Most of the things are set up now. So let's open app.js and get rid of this use effect, and we'll use our custom hook now. So I will add a container to this component now, and inside that component we'll render our fetch data component, and inside that fetch data component we'll use user component. So we'll pass the action prop to fetch data and pass the prop as fetch user, and we'll pass the user ID as 1, and then we'll get the data back and use the user component, and inside the user component we'll get the data as a single user. So let's move the imports above the container. As you can see, we have our tile now with the loading indicator, and the tile contains avatar, name and the email. So now we'll use this component and copy it multiple times. So we have multiple tiles rendering. Each tile will make an API call to the server and display the loading state. And let's go ahead and create an error case as well. So we'll change the ID of the third tile to be a very high number, so it displays the error. So now you can see when the API returns us 404, we are displaying that as the error on the UI as well. So as you can see, we have successfully implemented the fetch data component, which uses the custom hook use fetch data. So you can use this component to make an API call and display loading and error states. Just change the action for different types of APIs. So you can have multiple action in API.js for different types of APIs. We also implemented an HTTP error class which handles the HTTP error from the server and displays the error using the error component. So here we go, we are done for today. I'll be leaving the link to the GitHub repository in the description. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel as well.